With spring's arrival, it seems everything has woken from its winter slumber overnight, including me. I feel ready to take on all the spring tasks with renewed energy and excitement. I love how spring can have that effect on you. Today, we are doing a bit of everything as we welcome spring to the homestead. We're going to be in the kitchen, cooking up some spring-inspired recipes, adding bright, fresh decor to the home using a recent thrift haul, and chipping away at the garden to-do list. I hope you enjoy coming along. March is full of birthdays for our family. One of those is my little guys. Mr. Grant Sam turned 4. He is my spring baby, and for his birthday he requested a monster truck themed party, and also he really wanted chocolate cupcakes. So I made him these cupcakes. I will include the recipe down in the description. It is my go-to chocolate cake recipe and chocolate buttercream recipe. I believe it's by Sally's Baking Addiction, so definitely go check it out if you have been on the hunt for an amazing chocolate cake recipe. It is highly raved over every time I make them. I can't believe my little baby is 4, and for all of my OG viewers, if you remember when I started this channel, he was barely 2 and he was such a little munchkin. You have to go back and watch some of those. The plant babies are all looking great. They're growing really fast, which is good because I had a late start. I had a really hard time getting going this year, but they're doing good. It's soon time to pot some of these up. I have some tomatoes here that really need to get separated and then potted into bigger pots. And I've got some things that are actually ready to go out into the ground very soon. We're gonna head outside. We've got a lot of work to get done. I want to remind you of what this space looked like just a few weeks ago because we've been hard at work out here. Well, we did it. You can see I got the stone and I am so glad that I did. I love how it turned out. Quite pleased. I think it's really going to make all of the plants just pop in the garden this year, and it just looks clean and I love the aesthetic of it. We ended up getting, I think it's called Maryland stone. It's still kind of settling in some areas and setting up, but I love it. It is a little bit messy with all the leaves right now, but we've had tons of wind the last week. We've had some gusts over 50 miles per hour, so I didn't even try to clean it up for the video because it was just gonna blow in some more leaves. But I'm really excited to see how the garden turns out this year, how it all looks. Look what Eleanor and I found. We're so excited. You see it, baby?
Yeah, I see.
Where is it? Can you show it to them?
Here. It's right here.
Yeah, we have little baby asparagus spears coming up, which I'm so excited about because if you remember, these are all the transplants that I did when I moved them from the raised beds over into these new areas, and I was so afraid that I was killing them, and I didn't. There's a spear coming up on nearly every single one. 1,
Oh, they look like
2,
snake tails.
There's one back in there. 3. Yep, here's one here.
Oh, I already looked at one.
There's one back in there too.
Yeah.
So cool. We're gonna have asparagus soon. Okay, now I just want to show you another project I've been working on, and hopefully you don't get too much whiplash here with the camera I'm using. But you can see over here, see that black line? I put some landscape edging there, and I did the same thing, take you slowly, to this other side here. So I've expanded that seating area a bit to match up with the new edges of the raised bed since we did that garden expansion this last year. So you can see it goes over to the edge here. Because I expanded that, I also expanded the cottage garden. So I made my half circle just a little bit bigger here. So I have some more room in there. you know what that means. I'm totally getting some more roses, so be on the lookout for those, guys. The wind here destroyed some of my stuff in here. It's a bit messy, but it will come to life soon enough. So I have to tear up the grass over here, lay some landscape fabric. We're gonna get some more natural mulch to lay in here. And then as soon as the weather warms up, I'm gonna get my rug and my seating area all put out here. And this place is coming to life very soon. The weather has been giving us some really beautiful days, so I was able to take advantage of that and get some seeds into the ground. I got all of my carrots planted, my turnips, and my beets. I wanted to get to peas and potatoes. That didn't happen, but it will this weekend. I can't tell if there's any dirt on my face, so sorry if there is. I got my onion and leek order in from Dixondale Farms. This year I went with 2 bundles of leeks. I just decided to make it easier on myself this year, not have to do as much. And these are pretty reasonably priced. And they always do really well for me when I get them from Dixondale Farms. So that's what I did for onions and leeks this year. I also got some shallots, of course. And this is a mix, long day sampler. There's like a whole bunch of different kinds in here. I don't remember the variety, so sorry. But these are gonna get planted in the garden today. I have one little section of this bed here. I'm gonna put some leeks in. We're gonna do leeks somewhere else, and then we're gonna go back to another bed, and the rest of the onions are gonna go in there. I have like way more than I need. They always send so many, like way more than they say they're going to. So my mom might take some, and I'll see if one of my friends wants the rest. Over the winter, sometimes I just forget exactly how much I love my garden. It was so nice to get my hands in the dirt and just tend to something. It's healing, very therapeutic. I've always said the garden is my refuge and quiet place. My mind will just shut off when I'm there, and all of the noise of the world is just muted. I pray often out here. I put worship music on. I meet Jesus here. I didn't realize how much I needed to get back out here. This winter was a tough one. It's been high stress. Lots of change happening, lots of refinement. I was burnt out and tired, and honestly, I was struggling to get some spark back and get excited about the garden and get stuff done. But seeing those little asparagus spears piercing through the ground, all the new leaves and buds on the plants, that's all it took. Something as simple as that, and boom, I'm jolted back to life. I'm thanking Jesus for spring and gardens and new life. I had been searching for the perfect trellis style for my garden. I want to put a trellis in each of the corner beds, and I wanted it to reflect cottage garden, but with a touch of elegance. And I found these and I fell in love. They remind me of the gardens at Monticello. I toured there when I was probably like 13 or 14 years old, but it had this huge impact on me. I loved those gardens, and they used these in them. They sell them on their garden shop, and I was going to buy them there, but the shipping was outrageous. And lo and behold, I go to my garden center this week, and they had them there. So it was meant to be. Okay, I'm going to walk you through what I did. I am calling it an evening because it's getting chilly out here. So I didn't get to plant any peas yet, but they're gonna go here. I have to get some more of these bamboo rods for support. I got some of my onion mix planted here. Carrots are all done in that bed. This bed here is planted. We have leeks and 2 different types of carrots. I have the atomic red and the black nebula and the purple top turnips in there. And then over here, we've got some leeks and some beets. In the front too, I haven't decided quite yet what all is going in here. With these 2 trellises, I'm thinking either it's going to be regular peas or sweet peas. I haven't decided if I want them to be pretty or practical. I did plant, I had a couple extra shallots, 5 here, 5 here, and then in the front of this one I have endive. And then on the left, all I have in there right now in the front is 2 rows of Rocky Top lettuce like salad mix. So that's everything I accomplished out here today. We will resume another day. I have just a small antique / thrift haul I wanted to share with you. I'm really excited about it because I found some really, really beautiful pieces. I'm gonna start with my favorite thing. I've never seen a teapot kettle look like this before. It is absolutely stunning. Like, just look at the detail here. On the lid, the handle, just so beautiful. Another copper piece I get to add to my collection. And another copper piece, this one's a bit more quaint, and I found this at the Goodwill for $2.99. It doesn't have the lid, but what I use a lot of these for is just a vessel to hold flowers, so that didn't bother me at all. But it was still really pretty, and I loved the wooden handle here. Adds some character. I just thought this would be perfect for all of the flowers I'm growing this year. I love my white pitchers. I have quite a few of them now, but again, perfect vessel for some flowers from the garden. This one is not ironstone. I usually go for ironstone, but I thought this one was really pretty and it was only like $3. So it says porcelain Apilco. It's Apilco, and it says made in France. So we got this little guy here. Then I got this beauty. This is a milk jug. It is ironstone and it is just beautiful. But I loved the ridges here. And there is a little bit of crazing. It's kind of hard for the camera to pick it up, but it's beautiful. This here and this are a little cream and sugar set. This is also ironstone. Oh, not my face. There we go. Beautiful little pieces, lots of crazing. I love crazing personally. Are you a person that loves crazing? I think it adds so much character, and I don't know, it's all just a piece of history. There's the little stamp underneath. This is another favorite of mine. And look at this little copper mold. I love copper molds. I have probably, I think 7 of them, just all over random places, but I love this little rooster guy. So he's gonna go on my wall back here. Baskets, you know I love my baskets, and this is a beautiful big one. They're just so versatile. I can use them in so many different ways, and they're way more aesthetically pleasing than plastic. So I got this big guy here. I think this was only, it was on sale. I wanna say it was like 12 bucks. So not too bad there. Last 2 things are for garden season. I found this beautiful terracotta planter here. It's stamped somewhere. It's focusing on my face again. Yeah, right? Oop, there we go. Made in Italy. There. Loved that. So I think I might actually plant some lettuce or maybe an herb in here and have it sitting outside on the deck when the weather warms up. And the last little thing I'm going to show you are just these cute little planters. These are not a thrift or an antique. I got these from Walmart, but I loved them. I love scallops. So just these cute little white scalloped pots. I thought these would be super cute with herbs in them. And I think I'm actually going to plant these soon, and they're just going to sit on my little kitchen sink windowsill back there. And I got to work doing just that. I want to encourage all of you who may just be starting out with gardening, or you might not have a whole lot of space. You most likely have a windowsill. You can grow herbs on a windowsill. It's a money saver, and they can transform a basic recipe and make it amazing. Herbs are a must in my pantry. Okay, let's bring spring into the home, shall we? I want to show you how I brighten up the space using things I already have. I swap out all of my warm tones that had been up for fall and winter and replace them with bright, cheery things, and sometimes adding in a touch of floral. So I gathered a bunch of pieces that have blues and whites, maybe a touch of apricot or peach in them. 'em. That is the color scheme I'm going with. over on the mantle, I decided to continue with the whites and that apricot-y peach color. I had this beautiful bowl here with some floral print in the center, so I decided to use that instead of any blues over here. And I wanted to bring in some of the copper that I just got to offset the copper planter I had there on the right. Brought in a few different teacups that had some pretty florals on them, some books for interest, and a few little knickknacks. Now, I didn't really purchase anything for spring. I know I had that thrift haul, but I actually purchased those things quite a bit back without even having spring in mind. I'm just incorporating them here. The only thing I did purchase with spring in mind were these Real Touch tulips that you see here in the ironstone vase. And I'm so glad I purchased them. They're beautiful, a little bit of an investment, but I can use them year after year, and they add that bright, cheery spring feel to the space. I ended up using the ironstone milk jug for a utensil holder, and I used the basket to hold some blankets. I do like to purchase new tea towels from time to time. I think a good tea towel can really cheer up any kitchen, and these just screamed spring and garden season to me. These darling little prints. There's strawberries and raspberries and blueberries. I loved them, and I think I'm gonna go back and purchase some more. I got these off of Amazon, so I will link them in the description, but they had some really cute garden prints as well. Now for some spring-inspired dishes. Nothing says spring to me like the cheery, bright flavor of lemon. So for a treat today, we're going to make some lemon muffins. In one bowl, I am combining 3/4 cup of butter softened, 1 cup of raw organic cane sugar, the zest of 2 lemons, 2 eggs, a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, a 1/2 teaspoon of pure lemon extract, and 1 cup of sour cream. I'm going to add that mixture to my dry mixture, which is 2 1/4 cup of flour. You can use all-purpose flour. I used gluten-free 1-to-1 flour. You need 2 teaspoons of baking powder, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I ran out of cupcake liners, so I took a square of parchment, cut down the middle of each side, not going all the way through to the center, leaving probably a 1-inch diameter area untouched. And then you just put that into your tin, and I used a very fancy medicine bottle here to just kind of crimp that down. And you have these beautiful little tulip-like liners. This batter is enough for 12 cupcake size muffins, so divide that batter up. These will go into a 375-degree oven for about 14 minutes. Moving on to dinner while those bake, I have 2 chicken breasts that I have sliced horizontally. So I have 4 thin chicken breasts. I did go ahead and pound them thin to about a 1/4 inch thick. I have 3 bowls here, 1 of flour. It is 3/4 cup flour, 3/4 teaspoon of salt, and a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. You need 2 eggs scrambled up, and then you'll need 1 cup of panko, 3/4 cup Parmesan cheese, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. So it goes flour, eggs, and then into the panko and Parmesan cheese mixture. I fried these up in a little bit of oil in a cast iron skillet because I really wanted them to get nice and golden brown and crispy. So these cooked on each side for about 5 minutes. So we're making a crispy Parmesan chicken and a creamy lemon pasta. For the lemon pasta, we're going to start with 1 tablespoon each of olive oil and butter. You can put in some shallot or onion if you'd like. I did not. I did put in 4 cloves minced garlic and allowed that to cook up for about a minute. I then added 2 cups of chicken broth and then 8 ounces of whatever type of pasta you would like. I used some gluten-free fettuccine. This gets covered and simmered for about 10 to 12 minutes. Just depends on what type of pasta you are using. Just keep an eye on it. If it looks like it is soaking in all of that cooking liquid before it is finished, you can add another splash of chicken broth. I added a 1/4 cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese and a 1/4 cup of heavy cream. We're going to finish this off with the juice and zest of 1 lemon. We'll serve up our crispy Parmesan chicken over a bed of that creamy lemon pasta. I did steam up some broccoli and served that along with it. Once the muffins were finished, I decided to top them off with a lemon glaze. So it's 1 cup powdered sugar, 1 tablespoon of melted butter, and 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice. Okay, my friend, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed coming along as we welcome spring to the homestead, and that you are leaving feeling a bit inspired. Let me know what you are looking forward to this spring. Is there a certain recipe you bring back into the rotation once spring comes along? Are you planting in the garden yet? I would love to know. If you did enjoy today's video, would you please hit that thumbs up button, comment down below, an emoji will do. Please consider subscribing if you aren't already. I appreciate you all so much. You have a blessed week, and I will see you next time. Take care.